Jack Draper, confident he can close gap on Alcaraz and Sinner. Jack Draper believes he has what it takes to reach the heights of French Open finalists Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. The British No.1, who begins his grass court campaign at Queen's Club this week, says his focus is on hitting his peak form at Wimbledon next month. The recent epic French Open final between Alcaraz and Sinner mesmerized the global sporting community. Between them, Alcaraz and Sinner have now claimed the last 6 Grand Slam singles titles. Draper, who reached the 4th round in Paris, reflected on the thrilling final. "I watched the last 3 sets from my flat. Incredible tennis. It was inspiring for all players and captured the attention of fans worldwide, even drawing in people who don't usually follow tennis. It was one of those rare sporting spectacles that captivated everyone. Both Jannik and Carlos put on an extraordinary performance. It's unfortunate one of them had to lose, but that's sport. Ultimately, tennis was the real winner." When asked if he believes he can reach their level, Draper responded, "Yes, I think I can." The quality of tennis they displayed was remarkable, a product of the moment and their competitiveness. "My friend watching with me said, 'How are they still playing like this after 5 hours?' And I said, 'They're just completely in the zone, not overthinking, simply playing.' I don't know my own limits yet, but I'm determined to get to that level. Players like me are working hard to catch up. That's certain." Following an era dominated by Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer, Draper hopes to join the emerging elite of Alcaraz and Sinner. The sport is in a strong place, especially within the top 100, which is extremely competitive now, Draper explained. 5 or 10 years ago, the depth wasn't quite the same, though the top 10 or 20 were heavily stacked. But these two are consistently performing at the highest level, drawing greater attention to the sport, which benefits everyone. It's positive for players like me and for tennis overall, pushing us all to improve. The atmosphere created by the fans was electric, and as players, we could sense that too. Even though Rafa, Roger, Novak, and Andy are no longer always present, having new stars stepping up is fantastic for the sport. Hopefully, more players will rise to that level and continue driving the game forward. While Alcaraz celebrated his French Open win with a trip to Ibiza, Draper, 23, opted for a quieter return to London. "Everyone unwinds differently," he said. "I prefer being at home, spending time with my family, either at my flat or back at the family house. I rarely get the chance to fully relax at home, so when I do, I take it. When I train, I give it my all, constantly working to improve. But occasionally, I need a break to reset. I had just a couple of days, so I used that time to relax before preparing to go again." Draper is expected to fall to world number 6 after losing ranking points from last year's Boss Open win, with Taylor Fritz capturing the title this year. He will need a strong performance at Queen's, the HSBC Championships, to climb back into the top 4 ahead of Wimbledon, which would help him avoid an early clash with Alcaraz or Sinner. Reflecting on his chances, Draper, who secured his first ATP victory against Sinner at Queen's Club in 2021, said, "Of course, I'd love to have a great run here, but Wimbledon is my main focus." The first grass court tournament is always a bit tricky, especially coming straight from clay, where rallies are long and physical. Transitioning to a faster surface with smaller margins requires adjustment, but I feel good and ready to compete. Queen's is also a home event, which gives me extra motivation to perform well. But without doubt, Wimbledon is where I want to be at my absolute best.